Hola, what's going on, y'all? So today in episode 3, we're gonna start this game out against Ohio State, and immediately, I can't even get my intro finished before we just see one of the craziest throws I've ever seen. Like, look at how close this pass is, and you already know he's gonna start showboating on that. I mean, I know it's a D lineman, but still, I mean that's an insane throw. But before I even get into this video, I know we had some delays and things like that, so we're gonna try to work through the delays a little bit, but nonetheless, we're just gonna enjoy this episode. And early on, we kind of start cooking up against Ohio State. I mean, you can clearly see Mike Chun is doing his shit, and so is Ebner, who's a pretty big rising star in our team, to be honest with you. And you can start to see how dynamic our team is really looking at this moment. You know what I mean? And on 3rd and 7, I mean, look at that throw Mike Chun puts on the money. And we're going to see Donahue kind of move through, everybody. And I don't know what that was. Mike Chun just kind of walked out of bounds there. I don't know. He might be losing it. But again, nice throw to him. And then Mike Chun's just putting these dimes, man. I mean, he's just doing what he does. And yeah, so we're up pretty big here against Ohio State now. I mean, 35-0. It's kind of not too impressive by Ohio State. I don't really know what they're doing, but nonetheless, though, it's looking like a pretty easy game for us. I mean, we've been the powerhouse team that we think we are, and or everyone thinks that we are to be. And I mean, it's showing it here. I mean, it's looking pretty embarrassing for Ohio State. Mike Chun puts this ball on the money. He's been really, coming into his zone as a quarterback, and I think he's really improving. But, that's a pretty good win, 63-2. Embarrassing for Ohio State's performance, but honestly for us, it's pretty big showing, offensive and defensively. And to start this game out with their running back, we have South Dakota getting a pretty good gain there, and they end up getting a score. Get a sack from Dion Stevens, and then Elliott Parker finishes that drive off. Then Varga hits best and goes down to the 3-yard line, and Dobbs takes it in after his big run, and he gets the second, or might have been his first. I forgot who got the first touchdown, but another stop against UL Monroe. And this rivalry between South Dakota and UL Monroe has been pretty egregious, and they end up getting that win. Obviously, I mean, UL Monroe is not a team to really be excited about. But to start this game out, immediately Stamper throws a dot to Farrow and Avels, so they just get 2 big plays at the start. Drango, being the monster that he is, goes all the way to the end zone. And then on 2nd and 10, they got Avels for a first down, getting him into the red zone after the failed 2-point conversion and touchdown by Duke, and they end up getting another score, and Avels immediately answers. So it's looking like Florida State is really explosive. I mean, damn, oh my goodness. Yeah, we have to bring this one back. Avels just destroyed his corner. I don't know what's going on at Duke. I don't know if they practice patty cake over there, but Avels is all about it because he gets his 3rd big catch of the day, and it goes for 6. So we got Drango obviously being the monster that he is. Now we have Earl B, the backup, in after Florida State thinks that this game is all but over, but Earl B throwing some BS. I don't know what that is. He's just doing the triple coverage, gets intercepted, and they keep him in. So Earl B trying to get something here, looking like PI from number 0. And let's just see. Yeah, they did call it. So now it's 3rd and 3. Earl B chucks it up to Farrow, which is actually a nice pass on the right shoulder. We're going to look at this one again, too. Actually, a nice dot to Farrow. He stiff arms number 0 again. Hey, who was that number 0 guy, bro? Number 0 is getting cooked. Like, somebody help that man. And Drango gets it all the way for 6 as well. And that's an easy win for Florida State, going over Duke 56-27. And now we're going to have Pasadena versus Miami now, and they started this game out 3rd and 3. They hit Tryon for the first down here. Mike Chun kind of gets flushed on this first down, and he goes all the way down to the 5-yard line as he's really started to try to scramble here. He ends up fumbling in the red zone. They don't do anything with that turnover, Mike Chun sees a wide open Donahue. Don't know what 25 was doing. He just left his assignment, maybe. I don't know. Good catch from Ebner, goes all the way down to the 5-yard line. So they're back where they lost the ball the previous drive, but they capitalized this time, making it 7-0. And then Miami goes up 7-7, so they tie it up. And now we have Mike Chun. Great protection, honestly, but he doesn't really want to get to protect it. And oh my goodness, Mike Chun throws that ball in a rope. They end up scoring, and so does Miami, but Mike Chun is trying to keep this a close game because he's over here fumbling the game away. And now it's 21-14, and now we're down at the end of the half, but trying to get something. And oh my goodness, I mean, it didn't really help to the points, but I mean, what an insane catch for Brooks, who's been a monster all season long, and hopefully he's a monster next season as well, if he stays. I don't know. 21-14, kind of gets cooked there, and we're in the red zone now. You know, our red zone defense is great, and we end up making them kick a field goal. So now it's 24-14, and Mike Chun has to lock in here. So he knows this. He has the left sideline for Donahue, and then over the middle pass to Ebner, which puts us in a great position near red zone on 1st and 10. And Mike Chun looks at a wide open Donahue. I think Mike Chun schemed that play up by motioning and audibling that throw. Pretty good concept coverage for Miami, but you know, Mike Chun's pretty talented, and he's a great play recognition guy, so he ends up getting that touchdown. But Miami's looking kind of monsters here. I mean, we end up getting on 3rd and 11 and an interception. Oh my goodness. What looked like a good drive for Miami that was yet to stall goes all the way to the house for Ragas, which is a huge 77-yard interception, pick six. I mean, what are we doing? And we got Milton, gets the sack, but we end up giving up a big gain. Miami's quarterback thinks he's Michael Vick for some reason, so he ended up trying to run the ball. It doesn't work. And on 3rd and 5, we're getting cooked again. I don't know what's going on, but our starting free safety comes out and makes the big hit. Still 1st and 10 though. They run his RPO, and Leon Irving's all over it, and he forces a fumble, and Montez goes for 6. Oh my goodness. So what looked like a very close game turned into a blowout because our defense just made two touchdowns. So not really impressive for our offense, really. I mean, our defense kept us in this game a lot more than I would like to. And I really hope that Mike Chun doesn't get exposed. I mean, that's a nice throw, right? And we're going to get another touchdown here off of this beautiful deep ball. But those are garbage time touchdowns. You know, we take the win over Miami. But when the game was close, that was really concerning, honestly. And I don't really like how well we played on offense when it really mattered. Defense, I mean, all out, the GOATs every time. And Drango is just taking this game over. While I'm talking about my team, Drango's over here taking this game over. Oh my goodness. Yeah, see, Drango, he's just being a monster, man. You know, he's over here taking teams apart. I mean, yeah, the blocking matters, but you're just seeing him break 2 or 3 tackles and going to the end zone. And look at this, man. Look at this. He just stays in bounds, goes all the way to the end zone. Honestly, a freak of nature. And now we got Drango going up the sideline here. 21-7, and we see an insane halftime stat line. I mean, 250 basically on 11 carries in the first half, taking this game over against a team that's not, you know, no pushover. I mean, it's Alabama at their own house, and again, Drango goes all the way for 6 again. Like, I don't think you understand how many times he's doing this, just breaking tackles, just taking the game over. I don't think, like, this is just not normal things that you see from a running back here. And, you know, Florida State is very, very lucky to have a type of dynamic player like this. I mean, obviously they breeded him, you know, into the monster that he was, but he was already pretty talented. But now he's just taking the game over like we thought he would. Great head top catch, but a convincing 350, 5 touchdowns on 16 attempts, which is insane against a team like Alabama. And now we're going to have a big run to start this game out, and a huge throw to Farrow. essentially getting their first score of the game against South Dakota. But South Dakota's no pushover team, so we're going to see them 2nd and 11, now 3rd and 4. They run a screenplay, and Dobbs gets near the first down marker, gets it on 4th and inches. They end up running their favorite play action pass. Savage almost gets out there for 6. Dobbs getting down there, 2nd and 5, and he gets near the end zone goal line. But let's see, can we get a goal line stand? And we can. A fumble. We really haven't really seen Dobbs fumble that many times this season or at all. I mean, honestly. But the turnover was useless because they end up getting a safety off of it. Walters, a huge catch from Walters. Insane stuff. They end up scoring on that. So it's 9-7 now. A huge catch for Farrow. What is going on? These corners cannot guard shit. 4th and 1 now for Florida State, and a bad missed throw from Stamper. I mean, that's bad. That's really bad. But 2nd and 9 for Varga. He's going to look up to throw to Walters. Can't get it, though. And a dude I've never heard before gets an interception, gets down to the 10 or the 30, sorry, and they go near midfield after a huge throw to for Stamper. And Stamper, nice throw again. So, like I said, Stamper's been really, really good at keeping this team afloat, and I think he's doing a great job of that so far. And now we have Drango here getting a touchdown, and he gets that 2-point as well. So it's 15-9 to get those points back from the safety. So we're looking pretty even, 1-score game. Honestly, we're gonna see what can we do here. And a huge interception again from the same corner, number 10, nearly a safety from Drango if he didn't miss that, if he didn't break that tackle. A huge throw to Farrow again. Farrow's been a monster all season long. Interception by South Dakota, though. That's huge to change this dynamic. And to Savage, what a throw from Varga. And 4 seconds left. Can they get the touchdown? They can. That's huge. Honestly, that's huge. 16-15 at the end of the half. Huge. They opened up with the game. They opened up with the game now in the second half, and they get Turpin and Dobbs going for a nice run game. RPO game. Hit Savage on the sideline, and they get, I don't know who that was, but they get the touchdown on the same play that they got on the what's it called, on the previous touchdown before the half. The ball rolls a weird tip ball from the kickoff, nearly sacked a couple of times, and that's pretty bad for Florida State. I mean, they're getting pretty unlucky with this, and they end up scoring again. So 30-15. Drango nearly gone, but can't get it there. Stamper, after they get that big gain, and another big gain from Drango, he gets popped. That's insane. He's on the ground. Never really seen Drango get popped like that. Their backup, Tavares, getting down, making people miss, getting down to the 5. Drango feeling pretty good, gets in the end zone, 21-30, and they make that 23-30. So just like that, they make that a 1-score game again. So huge by Florida State to not give up here. Walters couldn't get that catch. 2nd and 21. Another missed throw from Varga, and pressured early on that play action pass. So 2nd and 21. Intercepted. What an interception. So now we have Drango on 2nd and 10 getting down midfield. We're going to see Stamper throw to a flat route to Drango, gets drilled. Huge throw to I don't know how you say his name, but that's a huge throw. So they tied up the game now, 30-30. Though Jarvis Best making people miss, doing the salsa. And we see Savage now making people miss, getting down to the 8. We're going to see 1st and 10 now, and they score. So 37-30. We're looking pretty good if you're South Dakota. Stamper and a really bad 4th and 21. And oh my goodness. What a filthy throw on 4th and 21 to get that to go. I mean, 4th and 21 and you throw that shit? That's insane. 37-30. The game on the line. Interception by McGlynn. What a game if you're South Dakota. I mean, you almost blew the game away. Almost. But the defense came back and finished the job. But if you're Florida State, I mean, you got pretty unlucky a lot of that game. So to put up that close of a production level, I mean, it's pretty impressive. I mean, honestly, yeah, it's easy to, it's not the things you want to hear. You want that win on your record. But I wouldn't be too afraid if you face them again, because that was a close game, and South Dakota got pretty lucky off of those kickoff, mistakes. But nonetheless, they're 9-0 now. They throw an interception on this first drive, so we got Georgia starting out with the ball now, and they get down to the 10-yard line, the 5-yard line on 3rd and goal. They end up scoring. So Varga has a little bit of a job to do, but it's nothing he can't handle. 3rd and 5, LaJarvis gets down, huge gain down to the 45, and they run their favorite play action pass, throwing it down to the sideline, getting down to the 15, and now we're 1st and 10 near the goal line, looking pretty productive. I mean, if you're South Dakota, not anything that I see wasted plays here. Good drive, 7-7. Georgia's looking to answer, and they are trying to, but 3rd and 9 looking pretty unproductive here. I don't know how they got that first down. I think they got a flag, or something like that. But nonetheless, it's 3rd and 16, and the defensive line comes up, and they end up scoring. So now it's 14-7 now. They end up getting another stop, so it's their ball once again, and they end up scoring again, so 21-7. And Georgia could be getting blown out soon. I don't know yet. We're going to see. Huge throw from Varga after getting ran down from behind. Dobbs making another nice move, and he's getting down to midfield, and we got 4th and 1 now. Their favorite RPO gets them down with the first down, and we're gonna go all the way in. I thought we were gonna get in, but let's see, and they do. Yep. So 35-7. It's looking like a blowout now. I mean, Georgia started out strong, but now they're just giving up the butt. I don't know what's happening. Yep, 49 and 56. So they scored twice in that little cut that I made. And Cleveland, pick 6. Yeah, time to get off the field, man. All right, I don't know who Georgia is looking like, but Georgia's terrible right now. I don't know who the head coach is, but you might need to get back to Little League football, because I don't know what's happening. You're getting blown out. Their first good defensive stop I've seen this game, but McLaughlin ends up finishing the game for South Dakota here. Nothing too impressive from Georgia, but very impressive for South Dakota's defense and offense to make Georgia look like a Pee Wee football team. I don't know what's happening. Walters finishes the game out, and obviously, yeah, they look disappointed, but they should. I mean, that was embarrassing performance by Georgia. I don't know what's going on with them, but obviously everybody in South Dakota is pretty happy with what they've done this game, and I would be too. On to the next one. We got Pasadena versus Oklahoma, and we're gonna see. I don't know why I just got a notification. 2nd and 10 now. Gets sacked, and 3rd and 21. We're gonna see a huge bomb to Berryman, and he's gonna go all the way. So that's a huge 7-0 to start. Big pressure on this play action pass, but Oklahoma gets it done. And 3rd and 2 now. We're gonna see the running back get freaking diddled, but he still gets that first down. Huge play from Stephen. Huge tackle from the corner. Way to come down and get the boomstick. So 2nd and 10 turns into 3rd and 20. Pretty dangerous territory, but Ebner makes us a little more comfortable. 4th and 2, and Donahue comes in on 4th down, clutch, but another 4th down, and Donahue again. So I don't know what's happening. We're pretty unproductive, but we're getting the first downs and we're getting the touchdown. So that's all that matters to me. Just not the way I would like it to. Montez on the RPO reads for the pitch key. Pretty good stuff. 1st and 10, huge throw to Brooks. Oh my goodness. That boy is unguarded, and so is Donahue. I don't know what's happening here. So it's looking like Georgia versus South Dakota here, because Oklahoma is just getting torched. I don't know what's happening here. What the heck? Mike Chun finally gets some, he's been getting pressure, but he finally gets a negative play there. That ends up being a touchdown, which is insane. I don't know how he crossed the line. Another 4th down. Donahue saves the day once again. Ebner, what a catch, and what a throw by Mike Chun. I mean, Mike Chun is just so bipolar, because it's either the best or worst throw you've ever seen, and today he's on the best throws that you ever seen. I mean, he just picks and chooses when he wants to be a great quarterback or a middle tier quarterback. So today he's the great quarterback, and it's really why I don't really put too much confidence in a person like Mike Chun, because look at this type of game that he's having, right? It's looking unstoppable, he's looking inhuman, can't make mistakes. But some of the games that he's had makes me question what type of player he is, you know what I mean? So, and it's not, I'm not gonna talk trash on my own player, but I mean, I hope it doesn't happen in the playoffs where he starts shitting the bucket, but it could be, and that's something that I'm always prepared to have happen against me. A nice, oh my goodness, Brooks, you need to stop head topping people, man. You need to stop head topping people. You need to stop doing this type of shit. But like I was saying though, as we replay this, I really hope that we don't have any type of problem with Mike Chun in the playoffs, because it totally could happen. He's really wishy-washy, and he's not really the greatest quarterback if you're looking at averages, you know what I mean? He's not a stable quarterback, if you know what I mean. But nonetheless, we have Notre Dame against Florida State here. I almost said Miami for some reason. And Stamper on 3rd and 2 hits Drango to the 40-yard line, and Stamper again rolling out the pocket. He's always getting pressure. Nice throw on the needle, man. And they end up scoring 14-14 for this game here. We're gonna see Notre Dame get torched from Pharaoh. So Pharaoh, bro, I'm not gonna lie, Florida State's having some great wide receiver talent, which we haven't really seen that much of in this series. But this season, we're seeing a lot of explosive talent off of the offensive side of the ball, which usually is what Florida State is about. But the receivers are usually not the strong, so they're usually just some blockers, and maybe you might have one head top guy, but usually it's the running back being the monster, the bell cow. But you're really seeing a lot of these receivers kind of flourish on a team that not normally is known for receivers, and now you have 3 or 4 receivers just being monsters. I mean, every single one of them, and oh my god, Django needs to stop doing shit like this, bro. But as I was saying, as the receivers though, I mean, they're doing things that, I mean, and it's credit to Stamper as well. I mean, 449, 5 touchdowns. Stamper's doing his job. But the receivers are such great talents that Stamper's game is almost amplified, obviously. And I'm pretty impressed by the Florida State coach, able to really develop some wide receiver talent and make their offense a lot more explosive than it has been in recent seasons. And we're going to see San Jose Tech now go against Miami. We see a fumble, but they end up getting it. Sack. Now it's 3rd and 22. And a great DB play stops that drive. So now it's 1st and 10 for San Jose Tech. And what a throw if you're Kiki Little. I mean, that is insane. And our defense can't tackle. What's happening? They end up catching that guy, but still, I mean, it's pretty embarrassing. Can't get a guy down with 3 dudes hitting him. And 13 is taking souls over there. I mean, we had 2 people touch the earth. What's going on? 3rd and 23 now for Kiki Little. Immediate pressure. I don't know what the O-line is doing. They're just letting anybody through. Kind of embarrassing. Second and 11 now. 3rd and 18 for the sack. And he gets popped, but he still catches it. So it's 1st and 10. Huge throw from Miami. And Miami gets hit again. So great pressure game if you're San Jose Tech. I mean, look at them. They know it's a great pressure game. They're over here looking at the cameras, showboating and stuff like that. But they deserve it. So 10-7 after the field goal that they forced. And Tonges gets a nice catch after a beautiful throw from Kiki Little, getting him down to the 5. I'm pretty sure it was a flag or something. He throws an interception on 1st and goal, which is not what you want to see. And 27 takes off, getting him near the 27-yard line. I don't know what it was, but they end up flipping it, and they're getting the game kind of ran away from them. And I don't know what that throw was from Little to end the half, but now they end up starting this game out, starting this half out, with the ball, as the Miami Hurricanes started with the ball first, and they end up getting 14. Or no, they go for 2 actually, so they go 15-17. I almost said 14, but they went for the 2-point conversion. They're feeling a little bit ballsy, so I like that. It's 3rd and 2, RPO game. They couldn't get it, so they want to settle for the 3. And 15-20 now, so it's still a one possession lead. I mean, you can't negate it with the field goal. So Tonga is being the big replacement for Brooks, looking pretty impressive though. Honestly, that's this game. I mean, he's the person that, as I say, he gets tackled before the line of gain, but a huge interception by the linebacker and then scoring. So now it's 21-20. But Tonga's done a really good job at replacing Brooks. Obviously, Brooks is a huge talent that Pasadena decided to steal away from San Jose Tech, and there's a lot of controversy in the tampering, if there was any. They ended up missing that field goal. But Tonga is doing a really good job of filling that void at receiver one. You know what I mean? And even though this is a close game, that is a nice throw and catch. I mean, like I said, 16 catches, 306, 2 touchdowns. That's a pretty good way to fill that void at wide receiver one at San Jose Tech. We got a pretty impressive quarterback going at USC, so we're gonna see if we can shut him down. And early on, he had some struggles there, and we end up getting the ball back, getting down to the 40-yard line, 3rd and 10. We roll out, hitting Brooks, and 1st and 10, another catch to Brooks, getting the first score. They end up scoring as well, so we get another score back. Brooks, beautiful ball and beautiful catch, 14-7, 3rd and 14 after the big pressure, and they get stopped as well. And our run game hasn't been that impressive ever since we lost Jamil Charles, so it's kind of hard to run the ball, and the teams know what we're going to do. But that's a nice throw to Mike Chun. Linebacker was not playing that too well, I think, and we end up getting the sack, stopping them, and we get fumbled as well because Mike Chun is a freaking gambler. He's over here just selling our game away. He's over here on Prize Picks trying to make a parlay. But we got 21-10 here, and Mike Chun, 2 nice passes to Donahue and Rudolph, get the end zone, and USC's running back turns it to the Hulk because he just stiff arms our corner for some reason, and they go for 6. So now it's 17-28, but we immediately score back because Bruce Brooks is just unstoppable. I don't know what's happening with him, and we have 2nd and 8 here for USC. Turns it to 3rd and 1, and the quarterback thought he was Superman. He gets lit up, and they end up kicking a field goal. So it's 35-20 now, and we're gonna see our offense really start to develop here as this game goes on. We're kind of like a choo-choo train. The longer it runs, the faster it will go, and we're gonna see Tryon get down to the 5-yard line, and a nice sideline catch and throw in tandem there. A nice sack makes 2nd and 18, but our defense can't tackle, and he gets lit up. Oh my goodness, he tried to juke somebody, which he did, and he got lit up. So huge fumble, and it's looking like the game's gonna run away from them. Another fumble. USC is crumbling as we speak. Mike Chun starts unloading this ball to Donahue, who I don't know who is guarding him, and again, no one's guarding. I don't know what's going on with Donahue. And number 5 is taking souls. I mean, it's the 2nd time I've seen him juke somebody, and USC throws a fucking ball. They end up getting it, and we're gonna see number 5 get another catch. Somebody get this number 5 guy. What's going on? Leon Irving almost intercepted that ball, but we end up settling them for a field goal, I believe. I don't remember the score. Maybe they scored. Mike Chun throws a fucking ball as well, and it gets intercepted somehow. I think it was the greatest tip catch and toe tap that I've ever seen, but they end up getting that. And now we have 3rd and 9 here. Interception from, I didn't see the name, but I'm pretty sure it was Labodo. I don't know. Labodo, I don't know how to say his name, honestly. He's not a very impressive corner, so I don't really know his name, but I think it is Labodo. And like I said, it wasn't an impressive corner because he just gets burnt. I don't know what that was. Make him set up for a field goal. We obviously scored again, and 1st and goal here for USC. They end up scoring with number 5 because nobody can guard number 5 apparently on this team. Donahue makes a man miss, and so is Rudolph because he's wide open. He goes all the way for the score. We get that win over USC. Pretty convincing, easy win. And now we're going to start in the 4th quarter against Alabama for South Dakota. I don't know why the game started out so late. I'm guessing that we lost some footage there. And yeah, so we're just going to continue with this game, though. Nonetheless, they started out in the fourth quarter, and immediately we get Dobbs on a touchdown there, making it 28-16. A really crazy throw here. I think this Alabama quarterback has been on a run this entire drive, and he gets that in to go. But nonetheless, South Dakota does get the win. So we're just going to, skip past that, and they end up winning over Alabama. So now Ole Miss has to take it up with San Jose Tech, who forces them to a field goal after what looked like a great drive, but the red zone defense of San Jose Tech was very impressive there, and they got the stop, and they end up scoring as well. So 7-3 is the score here, and immediately looking like Ole Miss having another nice drive, but some complications here. They got a nice run. They tried the RPO that they couldn't get last time and get a big gain out of it this time. They get over the middle throws. They try to do this RPO again, and I think San Jose Tech's defense is pretty good at stopping the run, or like traditional offenses. So when they go in that RPO looks like it's hard to stop, but nonetheless they couldn't do RPOs all the way down the field, and they end up kicking a field goal, making it 7-6 here, and immediately throw a huge bomb to Tonges, making this a 2-score game now, or a 1-score game, but like his second touchdown. I don't know why I said 2-score game, but Veal, who has been a very underrated player, making a lot of people miss here, looking real elusive and getting that touchdown, as I said his name. And Ole Miss's quarterback decides, I'm going to become Lamar Jackson, because he not only stiff arms the D end or whoever came in on the read option, but immediately stiff arms and does his thing there. Now he does fumble, or no, he doesn't fumble. They do get stopped, turnover on downs, so they don't get anything out of it. And Kiki Little drives them down the field and gets that field goal. So now at the start of the half, Kiki Little couldn't get it done on the first drive, so they ended up punting it. But Ole Miss gets the ball right back to them. So Veal is gonna try to run this into a more sustainable drive here. I think San Jose Tech's OC saw that Kiki Little's having some trouble with the pressure, and they took some pressure off of him by running the ball there, making it a little bit more difficult to go against this offense here. And Ole Miss looking like a steady drive here, and after the stick route, Moss is the defender, and he ends up going for 6. And now it's 31-17 here. Veal trying to honestly get his career day going here, and he pretty much gets it there, but it's wide open guy unblocked, gets there, and they end up scoring off of 3 great passes from Kiki Little and a two-point conversion, which does get oh my goodness, that was an insane throw. I know Ole Miss is really getting cooked here, but that was an insane catch by that Ole Miss player. But nonetheless, one nice catch doesn't make up for the 30 points that they're getting cooked by, and Ole Miss's quarterback gets sacked, fumbled again. So this is pretty much just icing on the cake for this San Jose Tech team, how they've been very dominant on both sides of the ball here, and 59-20 is a very convincing win over Ole Miss. And great completion rating from Kiki Little as well. I mean, 77% is very good there. Duke immediately takes advantage of this. Oh my goodness, Duke's quarterback just did some Josh Allen type of gameplay. Like, what are we seeing? And immediately Duke's running back just goes all the way there. So I'm going to still talk about that quarterback run, though. I mean, he goes out of the pocket trying to get some extra yards, but then makes 3 defenders miss in the open field and goes all the way for 6. And then he throws a on-the-run pass through 2 defenders on some Mahomes-like gameplay. I don't know what Duke is doing with their quarterback development, but I swear to you, Duke has some of the most ferocious quarterback play out of any CPU team that we see in these videos. And like, you could see it. I mean, for Duke's quarterback to be doing this level of gameplay is very, very impressive, honestly. Nonetheless, though, we have 3rd and 18. Scores tied up, and I don't think that really was the play out of Duke's OC there. I don't think that was going to be great on 3rd and long there. And on 4th and long, Jaleel Varga tries to get something to go there, can't get it. So then Duke ends up getting the ball there, and on 3rd and 14, They throw a fucking ball, which is dead. Oh my goodness. It gets caught over the top of one defender and in between the second one. I don't know what's happening with Duke's quarterback, but he is the definition of fucking weak ball, and it's working. Potential PI there, but I don't think it was enough to get it to go there. And Jaleel Varga on another drive getting stuffed, and yet another drive where Duke's quarterback is being a problem here. And it looks like it almost happened again after that touchdown, but they end up doing a nice stop in the red zone, getting a field goal. So now it's only up by 10. Still 2-score game, but this to not equalize, but to get closer to that touchdown near the end of the half is pretty much just picture perfect if you're South Dakota. Obviously, they started out with the ball as Duke started with it in the beginning of the game there, and they ended up making this 28-24. So now Duke is in a problem where Duke was, spearheading this game, and now after this stop and the South Dakota Pumas get this ball back, it's going to be a lot more difficult for this ranked 25 team to take down this Powerhouse that initially they had them on the heels. So they end up running a great offense, a couple of screen plays, a couple of motions, making some different looks there for this defense. And the defensive line, honestly, for South Dakota has been such a problem. I mean, besides maybe one D lineman from Pasadena, it has been all of South Dakota's D line for the past 2 seasons now. And now Walter is just being a magician that he is, just pretty much taking the game over there. And as you saw, Jaleel Varga really spreading the ball out. I think not only him as a talent, he's aware, trying to get everybody equal opportunity, but also it makes it more difficult when you can't find who the key player is, because every person is doing their own unique, job in the cogwheel. Everyone's a single cog in the entire machine, and that's what keeps the machine running here. And you could definitely tell that everybody has been on their best game here as they come from behind and get a victory, which in the beginning of this game looked to be out of their hands. And McLaughlin, he ends up getting that interception to finish the game. And 127, 2 touchdowns, and 19 attempts for Dobbs is a great stat line, but really it was a whole team effort. I mean, everybody on defense and offense doing a great job just to come back and to beat a very, very good and underrated Duke team who is undervalued in my opinion at ranked 25, to put those type of performances against one of the best defenses in the country. And now we have Missouri going against San Jose Tech here, and San Jose Tech has an easy score pretty early on, and Missouri makes a man miss in the open field, and their quarterback goes near midfield, almost to the 40. Almost to the 50, sorry. And they end up getting stopped on 3rd and long, and now they end up punting it, and Becker gets a huge catch, and so does, I don't know who that was, Chow, I couldn't really see, but Kiki Little tries to fit it in between 2 safeties or 2 defenders, couldn't get it to go. Ends up getting a TFL off of a QB sneak, I believe, or something like that. And they end up putting the ball, and Becker takes the top off the defense for a walk-off touchdown, making this 14-0. And the defensive line has been playing astronomical, as you can see. I mean, Missouri's just having a tough time really trying to get good pass protection against this team, and even run blocks as well. I mean, they're really trying to do something here. And on this comeback route, it was really beautiful play both on the route and the throw, but ends up getting held, so they call it back here. Sadly, they had to kick a field goal after that holding call, which is going to cost them a little bit, but it's 7-17 after the score from Missouri here. And Kiki Little, he's a seasoned veteran, so he's not going to be scared of trying to throw this ball anywhere else, and he gets this field goal to end the half. And they end up starting the ball out with Veal making a nice run, getting him down to red zone territory, and 2nd and goal. We see a wide open man, but he ends up hitting it to the slant, and he doesn't see the linebacker there, or D lineman drop, and he gets intercepted. But it doesn't matter because the defense comes through and bails him out. And another huge throw from Kiki Little, just becoming this machine, man. I'm telling you, he's for sure going to go to the league next season, so we won't really see his senior season. But junior season, he's doing really good. Or he might be a sophomore redshirt, but the 2 or 3 years that he's been here at San Jose Tech, he has been such a problem for opposing defenses, and you can definitely see why. He's just very, very technical with the way he plays, And if you get the right team around him, I mean, he's definitely a problem. They end up throwing an interception to Myers here, and that kind of steals the game. I mean, you know, we're probably going to see a nice drive out of Kiki Little. They try to say that this wasn't caught, but obviously it was. So they end up trying to get some icing on the cake for this game here, but he gets intercepted by a Missouri defender, and Missouri's quarterback thinks he's Lamar Jackson. I would say Michael Jordan. Lamar Jackson here, and but that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the longer video. I mean, I had to do a lot of weeks in the same video. Not something that I normally want to do, but nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed, and get ready for the playoff video. It's going to come out very soon, and yeah, be ready for that.